I welcome you to this yet another episode of EQ Hacks for Emotional Well-being. In the series, we have been seeing hacks to handle emotions well as a do-it-yourself, tips and hacks where you can put everything into practice instantly to see some results. See, most importantly, if you have not seen the previous episodes, I would highly recommend you to see those and then be able to connect the dots of where you are right now. And if you really found this useful, please ensure that you share and tag any of your friends, whoever you feel could be beneficial of. Okay. Now, in this episode, as a continuation from the previous episodes, we're going to see what should be building up as a pattern and how is it getting repetitive in you. My name is Brindha Kalyanaraman, and I'm a certified EQ consultant, certified trainer, digital coach for women entrepreneurs. I'm on a mission to help 1 lakh women achieve freedom using emotional intelligence and digital entrepreneurship. Okay, without any more delay, we will see how we can recognize, how do we become aware of our own patterns. But for you to become more aware of your patterns requires focusing of the here and now. Okay, more of being present. Now, whatever is here is all you have, right? This may be most transformative, as I already said in the last episode. In this particular competency, this particular area of self-awareness is the most transformative. If you're able to get this one done, I will not say that this is the most. Out of all the 8 competencies that I am, trying to educate you all in, because I follow a particular model of emotional intelligence from 6 seconds, and this is one of the competencies that I really love, because this was the most difficult one in me, and I'm sure everybody has the same challenges when it comes to becoming aware of their patterns, because we most of the times we operate in autopilot. This is by research, because all these patterns are very easy. Only we will pick up only those patterns which are very easy, because it doesn't require effort and it gets ingrained within us without our consciousness. And for you to break that pattern, whatever you're formed as patterns and habits for last 30 years or 40 years, it's really going to take us a hard time for us to rewire. And it's not going to happen in a week's time or in a month's time. It will take efforts. So it's important to be in the here and now, in the present moment. And second important thing is willingness. If you're willing to change, that's all it takes. Okay. Now here are some examples how people might form a response to few situations. As you will notice, some patterns are connected with hiding, some patterns are connected with running, some patterns are connected with fighting. What is all this? This is survival mechanism. Fight, flight, and freeze. Right? You would have heard the earlier primitive survival responses that as a human, we used to have during the primitive ages. So these are not my typical responses. I've just given you an example. This is how a pattern is formed. Okay? When dash, that is a stimulus, a particular event, I react or respond, my typical reaction. Okay? So taking this as a one-liner formula, we are going to determine few patterns. Examples. What will you do when somebody criticizes you? When you think that somebody is criticizing you, maybe you want to shut down yourself, or you would want to stop talking to them. You want to withdraw from it. Or you might want to confront with them. You can see there are various reactions to it, various responses to it. One may choose the option based on their mental status, mental ability. Okay? When you think you are doubted or questioned on your honesty, You may probably flare up, or you may become quiet, or tell others that they are wrong. When you feel you're anxious, you may frequently probably hide in your bed or distract yourself by shopping or watching a movie or try to control others. When you're low on energy, maybe you quit or you pray and hope it ends or you blame others. When you feel overexcited, you frequently may not let others see or force yourself to calm down or be loud and intimidate others. When you feel someone is not doing what you want them to do, you may frequently get very quiet or shout at them or directly tell them. When you're overtired, you may frequently um, shut down yourself, try to escape, or eat more. Because I have few friends, if they feel depressed, they tend to eat more. Or you may shout at them or act irritated. Patterns are neither good nor bad. All patterns have cost and benefits. Examples in the above might have some cost, and high benefits too. But that doesn't mean that it is not serving you well, and that we cannot change the ones that aren't serving us well too. This happens to me. This was very dominating in me during my childhood, teenage time. I think until few years back, as far as I know. When I get angry, I used to be quiet. I used to be, not now. I learned this from my dad. Actually, it helped me. It worked well with me. Because with that awareness, I was able to have that ability to notice more of my reactions and others' reactions. And I had a better chance to, practice a response to it, a better response to it rather than reacting. But I must confess, over the period of time, as life takes over you, as life gives you, more of situations, intense situations, your value systems will also change. At the same time, your way of dealing things within yourself and with others will definitely change. Okay, this is a natural progression. But the most important thing is, are you aware of it? If you're aware of a particular situation where, yes, I have lost my cool, that itself is a big, transformation. That's very, very important. You to recognize that this is what is happening in me. Forget about the reasons. There could be many reasons. There could be many explanations. There could be many excuses. Barring all that, at least the ability, the time that, I was able to take off to recognize that this is what is my hot buttons, this is what is my pattern, I have to work on it because this hurts me, or I feel better with this, I want to continue, or if this is not supporting me, I have to course correct. So that gives me a clarity. The moment I start acknowledging it, I am able to see there is a chance for me to either course correct or continue doing it. Okay. Now, this is the first step, that to recognize your patterns. Now, what happens when you see the same pattern in others? How would you look at this when it happens with others during your interactions with them? What could be the right way, or what could be a pitfall in it? We will see that in the next episode. Until such time, I highly recommend you to go through the previous episodes for you to get educated on the tools and techniques shared on how to become emotionally literate and how do you start noticing your patterns. And there are tools that I have given to label your emotions, to measure your emotions, to record your emotions. And so, if you're well versed with your emotions, is when you can start noticing your triggers or patterns. With that being said, I will see you soon in the next episode. Stay hungry for learning and stay foolish.